without further ado, Dr. Wallace,
Thank you.
share your wisdom with us today.
All right. I am that is the grace of this chakra, so we'll see what I can do. Okay, everybody. So I feel like the best way to start today's just presentation is to have us all do a little power up session here. So I'm going to have everyone. We're kind of walking through these chakras now, and we're all the way to 7, which is kind of the conventional top of the game. We will be doing a chakra 8 actually in 2 weeks, which is just another thing that I cover in my readings around contracts and things like that. But for right now, I want you to bring your attention, if you'd like to participate, bring your attention to your root center. So bring your attention in down. Some people do better going down into their grounding star, which is about a foot or two below the earth. So wherever you are, feel down until you feel your grounding star anchor. Thank you. Okay. And we're going to feel that root center engage. And we are going to collectively be grounded and rooted in the earth. We're allowing her to root in us. There we go. And then as a group, we will rise the energy like a big disc up to the sacral center. And at the second chakra, we're going to feel ourselves come into full power. I am powerful. We are powerful. We are peaceful. There we go. And we're going to rise up the energy again from the sacral center as a group. Let's raise it to the third chakra. Solar plexus, feel it rise into this shining sun in the middle of your upper stomach. There we go. We are ready and we are okay. Okay. And then as a group, we're going to bring the energy up to the heart center, feeling ourselves connect in a circuit through our hearts. We are loved and we are love. It's the focus of the heart. There you go. And bring the energy up again, this time rising up to the fifth chakra, the throat center. There. Yeah, that one's challenging today. So we can get it up. There we go. Okay. We live our truth. We bring truth. We speak truth. We express ourselves from truth. Thank you. Okay. And then we're going to rise the energy up one more time into the sixth chakra. So feel it rise into the middle of your head, the gigantic eyeball of the third eye. And we choose to trust. We trust. Feeling ourselves come into balance between spirit and human. There we go. And then collectively as a group, we're going to set the seventh chakra on optimal, but we will bring our energy to the seventh, opening up the crown and aligning to spirit. If this is too intense for you, please allow your crown chakra to close like a flower and or set it at optimal for yourself. There we go. And we are surrendering to divine will, to the wisdom that is to come through today. All right, thank you. So if you are comfortable with this level of power up, stay here with us, be present. If not, please take care of yourself and allow yourself to come down with your energy back to a grounded or back to your sacral center and rest as we walk through this reading series. There we go. All right. The seventh chakra. So the seventh chakra is our connection our connection to the divine, or the connection to our higher self, is one. If you don't believe in God, or if you do believe in God, this is the connection to God. Our crown chakra, the reason I used the phrase I surrender in this crown chakra is because we've moved past the level of the mind. The mind is there, but the level of the mind's connection to the soul is considered this area. So, this is our connection to the divine and our connection to all, unity with all. In this center, we tend to experience big changes in life when the crown chakra opens. This is in the EOE report this week, this is the crown chakra week. So if you have a focus in my readings of a seventh chakra focus, usually it means there's a major life change happening for you, or some big change is occurring in your physical reality. So sometimes this will be a bringing in of a new location, or a new job, a new thing that's coming into your life, a birth, a death. The crown chakra is color is usually considered violet, your top of the rainbow there, or purple, and the note is B. It is the frequency of 54.6 hertz for my sound healers. And the crown chakra is the grace of wisdom. So with Carolyn Mace's work, the crown is considered the sin of lust is supposed to be associated with the crown chakra, which I find interesting. So it's kind of a coveting of something else, right? Or wanting something else. And a baseness of a desire. And wisdom is the balancing force for this. So wisdom to me does not mean knowing exactly. Being wise to me often means you don't know, and you know that you don't know, that you need to surrender to a greater knowing. And so, if we're getting lost in something like lust, or something like this, driving force that's getting us out of what we know, or if we get stuck in the head center, which we'll talk about with the human design portion, sometimes just surrendering to divine wisdom, just asking for grace here is very effective. This chakra is not really associated either with the nervous system or endocrine directly. So we don't have a crown chakra nerve plexus, and we don't have a crown chakra gland. The glands, the pineal was at the top in the sixth chakra. Sometimes I've seen the pineal associated with crown and pituitary associated with sixth. But I think, this is more our connection point to where our soul enters our body. So it's a point of divinity. When it comes to health conditions, I see in seventh, the two areas of the body that are usually associated are the skin. So when people get major skin issues or things on the skin level, that's very deep seventh chakra issue. Or skeletal issues also here. So deep in the bones and up on the surface are the two we usually see. And then all things that are kind of the really psychosomatic based world of illness. So probably the most common for me here is with the crown chakra is this. There's just like a fatigue, or a chronic, almost like a chronic depressive fatigue when the crown chakra is out of balance, that feels like just not being able to find purpose or find meaning. Also, mystics oftentimes will have kind of a mystical depression that can be associated with this chakra. And then it can also go the other way, which is having like overly sensitive to everything in the environment, so highly sensitive, almost to the point of it being too much for the world, or the world being too much for the person. When I'm working with people on seventh chakra, usually, like I said, they're in some sort of a major life change, or they're about to have a major life change. I have had some seventh chakra things that are a deep internal transformation. But most often I see I'll be able, if seven chakras imbalanced, I'll be able to say, what's up for you, or what kind of big thing is changing for you right now. The harder part with this can also be, I guess, when crown chakra is out of balance in a dysfunctional way or feels closed and unable to open often. I do feel people feel more of a deep loss of meaning or loss of connection to their divine aspect, and that sometimes there's this loss of purpose. This can also be a lot. This can be about fear of, no life after death, or no connections with spirit, no sense of God, no connection to God. For mystics, often there has to be a sense of pure connection to God first, and then a loss of that connection. So that's where I see that mystical depression. I don't think, I'm not making a judgment call on it either way. Atheists have their own idea of reality and God, and not having a God is okay there. It doesn't make it a dysfunction necessarily, but if it's being experienced as a loss of purpose and meaning, then that could be the imbalance. The strengths of the crown. I actually really enjoy the strengths of the crown chakra. I think the primary strength that I see, or, historically, I'm really influenced by Carolyn Mace, and she does a lot of spiritual and sacred things. This is faith. This is unity with the universe. This is having a divine grace and sense of timing. This is an ability to trust life, and this instills courage and selflessness and humanitarianism. There's an ability here to see big patterns. There's faith, spiritual devotion. I also see, I kind of see the far other end here, which is fun for me sometimes, which is some people with a hugely open crown chakra are just here to bring the party. Like, they are here to bring change to others. And if many of my beautiful crown chakra people are fun, people like to be around them, and they always stir things up, right? So just having an awesome open crown chakra doesn't necessarily mean for you that you feel like you're this devoted, mystic. It can also mean that you are someone who is bringing lots of life to the party, lots of spirit to others, and lots of change to others in the world. In human design, this is the head center, and the head, or the crown, sometimes it's called there. The head center in human design is actually how we think, just how we think, normal, mundane, day-to-day ways of thinking, and also what inspires us. So it's kind of having a defined head center means that top center is filled, and it means that we have more of a fixed way of thinking. We think our thoughts in one particular kind of way. So whenever anything comes up, we kind of think about them that same way. With a defined head center, oftentimes you are right. And it's good to trust that you are right about your thoughts, and getting yourself aligned, and give yourself permission to think your way. You are not in the majority with the defined head center. Most of us, 70% of us, are undefined there. So sometimes, and the rest of us having an undefined means that we can think about things from lots of different perspectives. So sometimes there's a little pressure. There's actually a lot of pressure in a defined head center to kind of figure it out, get it right, because there's only one way to think about it, right? So there's a lot of pressure to think about it that way. So it does help for the defined head centers to know, one, you're probably right, and your way of thinking about it is probably right for you, best for you. And also it can be thought of different ways, and that's okay. I wouldn't take it as a pressure, but you also don't want to be too rigid with other people. And then inspiration with the head center means it comes once, right? You get this defined head center. Inspiration means it comes in, you got your inspiration, and you take it and go. There can be a little bit of complexity with a defined head center if it's not connected to the throat center. Sometimes if you don't have a defined ajna or a defined throat, you'll have these really defined ideas and defined inspiration, but you'll find that you have to be around other people in order for them to be pulled out of you. Like, you have a hard time, you get caught in the question. And sometimes it requires you to be with someone else asking those questions, or use a writing medium or something to help you get those ideas out of your head and into the world. The vast majority of us are undefined here, and we can kind of receive inspiration wherever we go. We get it all the time and all day, and we can think about things in lots of different directions. And so that's very flexible and helpful in kind of moving through and being inspired. It it is for us. It does need to be paid attention to, because if you get too, if you get, you can get too a little bit scattered if you start picking up inspiration from everybody, and there's a pressure there too that kind of comes in. If you tend to be around someone who's stuck in a question, you will suddenly be stuck in that question with them. So, for the undefined head centers, I would suggest, yes, go get your inspirations. If you get caught up in your mind too much, or start to feel like being led around in circles, take a minute, clear your mind, go clear in general, and then usually your clarity will come from that stillness and that clean space. Clear the circuit off, and don't worry, we'll have more for you. But you want to kind of go back and check in, and then check and align with yourself to make sure that you're running on an inspiration that is working for you. All right. So, anything else that I need to say about this chakra? It is really important to have an open crown chakra, at least somewhat open, on my maps, and in my experience with work. When this one is very shut down, I do see pretty strong illness here, in the whole physical body, often if it's shut down for any length of time. And also, if it's way too open, I sometimes see, I don't know what too open means, but having it very open all the time is also just runs a lot of energy. So I spend a lot of my time with crown chakra helping people try to find a balance with the amount that's open and closed. And I really do like the vision of the lotus on top of the head, the beautiful lotus flower up there, so that we can set it at just the right amount of bloom, to be connecting into the unity, and to our own soul level. And then maybe at night, or if we're getting too much stimulus, to be able to kind of close those petals and drink that down back into us. All right. So the energy, I think that's all I have to say. We'll see if we can, how we play today.
Yeah. Such a powerful energy center. Oh my goodness. Cannot wait for the readings today. Okay, let's get started. Again, I'm going to be calling people up according to how I see you on the screen. So if you are interested in getting a reading, you're not already on stage, go ahead and raise your hand or swipe right and throw something in the chat saying you'd like to get a reading, and we'll get started.
Wonderful.
So, Sean, you're up first.
Welcome back.
Hey, good to be back. I feel so
How?
honored to be first.
Yes,
Like,
I somehow you jumped in, but we got you. All
I
right.
know, I worked my way here.
You did it.
Um,
How can we
yeah,
play
it's so
today?
good to be here. I've had a lot of change in my
Ah,
life lately, which is
yes.
good, both good and bad, but ultimately I think leads to good. And I
Yay.
always feel like my crown chakra is either slammed open or slammed shut. Like I really struggle to find that middle ground there. And so I'd be curious to see what the guides say for me
Absolutely.
today in regards to that.
Okay. Open or closed?
Yeah.
Jump in on that. Whew. So in this beautiful, sweet, soft energy today. Almost don't want to push into psychic. Well, get us going. Hold on a second. There you are. Okay. Sean. Okay. So what I'm seeing is, instead of slammed open or slammed shut, they're giving me what looks like, almost like a plumbing release valve. So it doesn't have the full handle on it, but it looks almost, maybe if you could mix a plumbing release valve with like a camera lens, that's kind of what I see for you. So it feels like they want you to adjust the. You know what it looks like is the light under my microscope. I don't know if anyone has a microscope, but it does look like that kind of lens that opens the light, very much like that. So I
So like
wonder if you
like
could.
a regulated aperture or something.
Exactly. Got a very
Okay.
specifically regulated aperture. So I would, and then it feels like, how do we have him do this? I feel like you may want to set it on, like I said, automatic. And for yours, I feel like it's an automatic adjusting. Like yours, maximum efficiency isn't a bad word for me to usually say there, but you might just set it on automatically adapting to your light environment.
Mm.
It feels like sometimes they're showing me that when you're slamming it open or slamming it shut, it's your choice and it's your life and it's okay, but it's a little rough on you. Like it feels a little harsh. And
Yeah, I
this
can
would
see
be a
that.
little bit softer for you.
Okay. Yeah, a little less emotional reaction, maybe.
Just a little less intense, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
it would be more smooth. They do like the word wisdom, though.
Okay.
I So the grace of wisdom versus the grace of knowing, right, is like the one right below it where you can boom, got it, and wisdom is like, yeah, we're good,
Well, I
you
just
know,
turned 51, so
yeah,
maybe now I need to have my wisdom.
all of us at all times, yes. All
Right.
right,
Okay.
and you
Thank you.
seem wise to me. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Sean. And Anne, you're up next.
Hi. See if Anne can do it. There
Sorry.
she is. Hi, welcome back.
Hi. Hi. Uh, Happy to be here. I
Cool.
actually, can you go ahead and skip to Shannon? That somebody just arrived at the garage and I need to deal with
Sure.
the post office person. Can't think of words right now. Oh my goodness.
Seven chakra. Good luck.
Thanks. I'll
All
be
right. We'll
ready
see you
after
soon.
Shannon. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi, how
Welcome
are
back.
you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
How
Okay,
can we play seventh with you, darling?
okay. So, my depression has been off the chart for probably a couple weeks at least.
Okay.
And our last get together, you said that I'm on a new contract, a teacher contract.
Okay.
So, but I always thought working with the depression was always lower chakras that were blocked that needed work. So,
Except when
and
it isn't.
I'm
Yes.
and I'm also I'm like when I go out, so if it's someone else's energy I'm taking on, I'm wearing my shungite when I go out. I think I've programmed my chakras correctly.
Okay. Let,
Um,
let's
but
dive.
anyways, there you go.
Yes. Let's dive in because we got that one feels relevant today. So, Shannon. Okay, so what they're showing me is, woo, you're having a party. Um, I see literally like the like spirit is like diving into the top of your head, and it feels really fast, like the like almost like an ocean wave. It's coming into your body. It's just like down into you, and it feels like it's diving through the crown, actually, right down into all the way to the root. So that's new.
Thank you.
They're telling me you're defining it as depression because that's the words you have. The feature here feels, I guess the flavors I feel more are like an intensity, very quick movement, top to bottom. It does feel kind of heavy and thick, right? And completely like the mind will not be able to keep up with that. The mind just kind of gets pushed out of the way almost, or pushed aside. And what they're feeling, what I'm showing me is that, or what they're showing me is that when that hits you like that, you're anchoring in your root really strong. It's like I see you put these big, huge legs out like a dragon, like right, so that you're like, I am anchored in the ground, and um, maybe dragons are talking through today. I don't know. Does everyone else hear that, or is that just me? Um, Help. Yeah, there we go. Hold on is all I hear, Shannon. Just hold on, babe. So I don't know if you need to hold on and dig your feet into that far, but if that feels better for you, do it. I need you to keep out of the idea that you're depressed. So the first thing in the mornings, every morning when you wake up, I don't know what your recent body map is or if you've got a new one coming, but get your eyes on your body map as the first part of your day. Okay? You're not going to don't check the phone first. Don't go into your negative shit first. Excuse my French. Don't go into the past first. See if your first thing out of bed, I need you to start anchoring into what you're evolving into. If you have something if you have your cards or something that you're templating into the new thing, you're full on crown chakra here. You're in the new contract, it's already in there, but you're having to create it in your mind. Your mind's not okay, right? Because it's like, where are we? We don't know what we're doing. Help us out here. So you're going to give it what it needs. We need to comfort the mind. It's going to say, this is what I'm growing. This is my new contract. This is what I care about. And if that's just like 3 words, your value words or whatever that is, I need you to set them in. Does that make sense?
Yes, very
Okay.
much so.
Start your day good because you're on a fast ride.
Okay, so I already my mornings are pretty good routine.
Good.
So, but I do have the foot body mat that we did, so I will.
It's a foot. It's stepping forward. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So just get into your body map. Just look at it. See if anything jumps out at you for the day. Okay.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
start
Thank you so
embodying
much,
the next
sweetie.
step. Oh, thank you for coming.
Quickly, Ari, would you describe what you do in a body map session?
Oh, sure. So when I do a medical intuitive reading, I do a meditation prior to meeting you or talking to you, and my guides give me what I call an embody map, which is a picture that I draw on a page that has many aspects that make sense to me, but mostly I think it's used to template in for you how you're trying to embody your evolution. So it has the colors that are helpful for that, the images that are helpful for that, the focus of that is helpful for you to keep yourself centered and anchored in where you're wanting to embody your health or embody the evolution, that process you're going in through. If you want to look on, every week I do an EOE report in which I draw a body map, an embody map for kind of our collective group. So if you want to know how those work, you can see me just kind of describing them weekly for free on my website or in the email if you want to sign up for the list.
Beautiful. And this is what you offer people in
In
the
the 75
extensive
minute.
reading.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
75
So
minute one.
Christine will, if you could drop that link into the chat, and people want to find out a little bit more about that and sign up, I highly recommend it. It's an amazing experience. Okay, let's move on to Anne if
All
she's
right.
ready.
I am ready now. Thank
Yay, she's
you.
back. All right.
Yay.
How can we
Hello
help
again.
today?
Oh,
Hello.
hi. Well, I do have a looming, I'm in the middle of a big external transformation as far as a looming move
Yes.
and pivotal career.
Yay.
So many ideas right now that are lighting me up that I feel like my crown is just way too open.
Okay.
So whatever you're picking up or whatever my guides want me to know as far as just whatever they want me to know. I just feel
Gotcha.
like there needs to be some balance to my lotus flower.
Just losing the balance. All right.
Yeah,
And let's
thank
see.
you.
Yeah. There you are. Oh, okay. So what I'm feeling for you, I think right now you may be hitting the point where you might just need to rest a little bit. It feels like you feel kind of tired and sad. I'm sorry. It
Yeah,
feels like,
that's
yeah.
true.
So I feel like sleep, maybe, go for a walk, take a minute, set it down. Like just set the whole thing down for a couple hours, right? I feel like they're showing me you do all the things and you like do all the things you can right, all the time,
Yeah,
right? And
exactly.
so they're just showing me take a break, take a break. And I
Beautiful.
even hear plan breaks.
Okay,
So,
I love that.
and ooh, I'm also hearing plan celebration. So, plan to take breaks and plan little celebrations when you've, achieved some of your stuff, would you? Because I feel like you're achieving many things in one day and not even noticing, kind of.
Awesome. yeah, I have the final deadline ever of a photo gallery, the last photo gallery ever, and I've been pulling all-nighters. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a zombie, and I'm
Gotcha.
on my last one right now. So I'm definitely celebrating
Almost there.
soon.
Yes.
Yay!
Just get some
Awesome.
rest. You could use it.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yes. Thanks.
Yes, sleep cures so much.
Oh, yes.
That
Satin
ails
chakra
us,
for
right?
sure.
Oh my goodness. Okay, thank you, Anne. And Stacy, you're up.
Hi, darling.
Hey, hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I am. Thank you.
Yay.
Woohoo. Um, so surrender has been, I don't know. Me and surrender play all of the time. Sometimes I do really well, sometimes I really fail.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm really interested to see what
Yeah,
comes to
let's
you when you tap into my crown chakra.
You got it. All right, Stacy. Okay, so what I'm feeling with you is actually fairly different from the other stuff. Well, go surprise. I'm always doing my own thing. Yours feels tender to me. Your crown chakra feels tender. And it feels like you want to be very, um, oh, how would I explain that? Closest would be like after you have a baby and how your junk feels for like 2 months.
Oh,
Right? Like it's like that sucker's tired, right? It's not exactly tired, like it's fine and it's made for that, but it's also just like it's been ridden through a little bit lately. Uh, and so it has that kind of tenderness to it.
okay.
Um, and I literally like want to put like beautiful soft petals of soothing on your head, like and let it kind of cool down a little, soothing feeling, soothing energy to your crown. Uh, and then I do feel like your sixth chakra might be getting a little bit tired, right? So it's not badly tired, but it's like when it's on, yours feels to me, they're showing me like it's like a spotlight when it's on, right? It's like poof.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes it's okay to just like just turn it down a little bit, let it rest a bit, and soothe that crown. They're showing me there's been a 2-year process, feels like the past 2 years perhaps, where you've just, that's just really been huge, big
Yeah.
change. And so you got a little bit of a plateau right now, it
Okay.
feels like. So let yourself be on the plateau, and I feel like eat good foods, go for walks, do things for your physical body to just kind of help replenish, regenerate, soothe. Uh, the crown, your crown works. Don't worry. I'm sure you figured that out. But maybe wait. If you have another baby going to be birthed through that, give yourself a little bit of intergestational, feeding and things.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully that made some sense.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Okay.
it does. I've been working on both. I know a couple weeks ago you were saying there was like a roof on my sixth chakra. So I've
Ah, that's
been
why.
um working it. So I think I need to calm down now. Okay.
Gently,
Got
gently. There we go. All right.
got it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
I love that. Yes, crowning takes on a new
Oh,
meaning.
there's the pun. Where is it? Thank you. We needed it. Oh, so good.
Oh, okay. So thank you, Stacy. And Michelle, you're up
Ah,
next.
all right.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey there.
Welcome
Eh,
back. How
thank
are we
you.
playing today? What you feeling?
Well, I'm also having major external changes that
Yeah.
have been a long time coming, and now feels like it's just. I gave notice on my job last week, 3-week notice, and then they turned around and said, let's make it 3 days. So,
Woo.
yeah, there's been like, it's great because I've been so stressed. But there's a loss of money there too that I was expecting. I've moved out of my house and I'm now in Montana
Woo.
on my way, across the country to eventually leave the country.
Okay.
Um, and I have a lot
Big
of history
change.
here in Montana that is related to the issue that I'm having right now, which is like super, super painful, like heart, um, And I don't know if it's energetic or real physical because it's tender on the front. It's like very piercing pain on the back of the
Oh,
heart chakra.
okay.
Um, a little breathless and just wondering what's going on and how I can relieve that.
All right, let's go in there. And I've got represented here some Montanans on there for you. So by
Yeah,
Montanans, we got some
yeah,
Montana on this call today. Some big heart Montana people.
yeah.
So let's see if we can get our hearts up aligned a little to help you out. All right, Michelle. Oh, that made it harder to feel you. Just a second. Take a second. There you are. Okay, heart chakra. Whew. All right. That feels like a betrayal kind of feeling and almost
Oh,
like a stab in the back.
Mm,
That is there. Could you please bring your attention to your back of your heart chakra and see if
yeah.
something is sticking through it?
It feels like a stake through my heart. It does.
Okay. So, uh, is there a gift to be received there, or would you like to just remove it?
Just remove it. I feel like it's related to a past trauma. That
Okay.
that that job thing that happened is similar
Just
to what happened with
reminding you.
another job that
Gotcha.
happened when I was here in Billings, Montana. Exactly the same place.
Okay. So, just a second. Let me my senses, and this is crown chakra day, so whew, good day to pick. The your opportunity here is to receive the gift from this time. If you
Mm,
want to receive the gift, you can. You can always postpone, uh, but it does tend to cycle back, is what I'm hearing, until you received. And it feels to me like this is the gift of the end of
mm,
something. It is a true
mm,
end if you can allow it to be the end of that thing. And that doesn't mean it doesn't have to be a sacrifice. And I'm almost feeling like it might be the end of sacrifice. I'm not completely sure I
mm.
understand that. But it feels like a stake in the heart. There's another piece of it there that has to do with vampire feeling too. So it's almost like it's the end of the sacrifice, the end of the being vamped, the end of
Yeah.
that entire pattern is happening there as an opportunity.
Mm,
I am going to ask permission. I'm hearing specifically that if I will ask permission from Jean and Emerald, if they're on here, to send me some energy to help you with that if you would like.
yes, I would very much so.
Okay. And any of the other beautiful heart beings that would like to participate, send your heart energy in. And any of us that need to collectively work through this pattern of martyrdom and sacrifice and feeling like we're giving away more energy that is than we need to give. Let's all focus our energy at the heart. There we go. We receive the gift of the end of this pattern. It may be time to move out of this phase. It's time to move into unity of heart and out of the sacrifice. We are love. We are females. We embody the feminine heart. And even our males, please embody the feminine heart with us for a moment. I'm hearing this is a new era.
Yeah.
All right, how's that feel?
Oh, feels good.
Wonderful.
Totally, yeah. Makes sense. Complete sense.
Thank you for bringing that to all of us as a gift and sharing it with us.
Thank you.
All right.
yes. Thank you, Michelle. That was powerful. Whew, okay. Next up is Love.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Is your name pronounced Loveth?
Yeah, it is.
That's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
I think you haven't been here before, right? Do you? Would you like to have a reading?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Do you have a particular area, or would you like me just to kind of scan and see what the guides have for you?
Yeah, that's fine. Probably my career and relationship. It
Okay.
could be general too.
All right. Let's see if we got that. Find you. There you are. Okay. So what I'm hearing from your guides today is that you they're saying that please take or leave all of this, but you're closing your eyes to something and not wanting to look at it. You're kind of caught up in your head on this thing with the relationship, and I don't feel you coming much past your crown. Well, actually, a little bit. I feel like almost like a pressure in the top part of your neck. It's like you're staying in your head entirely on this. And they're wanting me to tell you, your body doesn't lie, all right, about this stuff. So you want to feel how you feel towards a person in your body, that you want to come into your body, embody the deliciousness of relationship. Let your body, trust your body to give you the information about whether this person is right or not for you, with you. I feel like smell is a really important sense for you. So you may want to actually smell, if you like the smell, follow the smell, and get out of your head, darling, because you're not wanting to look. Okay? That's what I heard.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
it does.
All right. Thank you for playing with us.
Thank you, Lilith.
Mm.
All right, Bethany, you are up.
Hi.
Hi, how are you
Just
today?
good. Just saw you yesterday for the first time.
Ah, yes, hello.
I
I don't always, my names are not always in my head. Sorry.
I know. No problem.
How can we play? Do you have anything you need clarity on from yesterday?
Oh man.
Or would
Wish
you
I'd
just like to go to
wish
the
I'd come
top?
prepared for that.
You
So
don't have to.
I think what's been coming to my mind along this topic is that like I spent my 20s insanely Catholic,
Yes.
and the last 10 years have been kind of like detoxing a lot of it because my woundedness used it to
Gotcha.
keep hiding.
Yeah.
And threw the baby out with the bathwater when it comes to the connection to the divine.
Ooh. Okay.
And I'm just aware of that.
Gotcha. So, what is wisdom? That is a great time to just ask for the grace of wisdom. And it's funny because Carolyn Mace's basis is in Catholicism, right?
Yeah.
and then she put it into the chakra system, and
Mm.
with the sacraments of Catholicism are in there. So it's a beautiful, and then it has the tree of life overlaid. If you want that, there's a book called Anatomy of the Spirit that she wrote that has this, all those three overlaid in such a beautiful way.
Interesting.
That's kind of a historically awesome book for everyone if you want to start to kind of blend the different concepts. I think she does a beautiful job with that.
It might be good for me because I feel kind of like I don't want anything to do with anything that brings up that kind of stuff. But maybe
Gotcha.
that's part of what's stopping me because it can't all be, all the framework can't be bad.
If it's okay, I'm guided to kind of just read you the grace of wisdom. Can I read that?
Sure, thank you.
The grace of wisdom reveals guidance about who you are, how you are living, and how you are using the power of your creative soul, which is much different perspective from that of human reason. Reason seeks personal justice, as if we have been wronged in some way. Wisdom assumes action is intended by the divine to harm us, yet all actions, wisdom assumes that no action is intended by the divine to harm us, yet all actions must include the active ingredients of human consciousness in the constant balancing of yin and yang, the positive and the negative. The grace of wisdom also expresses itself through the experience of personal revelation. The grace of wisdom comes to everyone, not only as highly evolved souls with big followings. Wisdom dictates that the more you are seen, the less noise you should make. Wisdom is the choice that recognizes pain and suffering as part of the human experience. It is inevitable that we will cause each other to suffer in some way. It is wise to recognize yourself and everyone else. Seek the wise response in all events in your life. So, and then this is from Carolyn Mace's Seven Graces off of the internet. If you guys want it, I need to reference her, www.mysyss.com. So I would check her out.
Yeah, the seven, you said the seven graces?
It is called the Seven Graces. That's the grace of wisdom. And she has a
Gotcha.
series of questions you can ask yourself to go through that might just help your mind be a little bit more balanced and comfortable with what you have going on spiritually.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Bethany. And we have Tanya. Hello, Tanya.
Right. Hi, Tanya.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good too. How can we play? What would you like us to do with?
Well, it's my first time coming in. I'm always coming. I wanted to see what Carolyn's up to, so
Well,
This,
maybe
check.
we
this.
could.
Right? I was like, what is Carolyn doing over there? Um,
Yay.
but in the theme of today, so I guess I could ask, I have something going on like with my chest and throat.
Okay,
It's almost
that's
like
great.
some pressure that's going on there that it's comes and goes, but like today it seems pretty in my
Strong.
face.
Gotcha.
So I don't know what it is.
Awesome. Well, let me try it after that one if that's okay.
Thanks.
All right, Tanya. Just gonna get my circuits going here. Okay. So I do feel, I think I feel what you're talking about, and they're actually showing me, if I can show you, that's actually, it feels like something that's in your field that isn't you, and it feels like a pretty strong, large ball. And I want you to bring your attention, see if you can find the borders of that pressure, like if you can find the borders in 3 dimensions with your mind. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you got it. Okay. Now I
And then,
want you just to ask, is this me? And what do you get?
no, and I feel like it starts to fade.
Great. So let's just stay with it. You're just going to hold neutral attention, just like you're looking at a wall or you're curious. This is not me. And you're telling your energetic immune system, this is not me. There you go. And then let it lift off. Make sure it comes all the way out of your head. Feels like it's kind of hanging out at the crown of your head.
Mm-hmm. Like a
Yeah.
blob.
Yeah. So just a second. Let's ask. Could you just ask it, are you a dead person?
Yes.
Okay, so we want to ask, we need you, let's just, is it okay if I ask for that person's team to come and help them cross?
Sure.
Okay, so, well, they're yelling at me already. You need to ask, do you know them? Do you ask them if they know you? Or if this is a message for you? They're trying to connect with you.
I feel like it's a message for me.
Yeah, I do too. Okay, so you have a dead person in your head, you should go talk to a medium.
Oh, great.
Great. But if you want, you can ask them to step off of your energy. Like it's that you say, hello, I will set up an appointment to talk with you. Right.
Okay.
But for right now, I'd like you to step out of my field, please. And then they are showing me, if you want, one of the ways you could access that person is just to do some writing. So you could sit down and just ask questions and write the answers. They're showing me you might be pretty good at that. Are you doing that already?
No, but it's something that kind of
You keep
runs in the
thinking
back of
about.
my mind.
There you go. Literally on the top back of your mind. A little joke
Okay.
there. Yeah. That just bubbles on your head. So yeah, maybe sit down and do some writing, see what comes through, and then if you need more help, I of course recommend my wife, Melanie Medium. Melanie Jade Mitchell on Enjoy She Rises is the best medium I've ever met. I don't. Apparently, I keep thinking I know everyone knows this already, but I've been told 3 times today that no one does. So,
Oh,
Melanie, there we go. She's if you like a medium, she's great, or you can find one that resonates with you.
what's her name again?
Maybe Christine could put it in the chat if that would work.
Okay,
Her name's
perfect.
Melanie and Enodia Jade. So
It's so interesting that this pressure that's been with me all day has gone away.
yes, because it's
It's
not in
kind of
your zone.
hanging out a little bit on the top of my head,
It's
but
still
it's
there,
like,
so tell it to
yeah.
step out. You need to want to tell it to go ahead and step back. There you go.
Okay,
There you go. And if you notice it
amazing.
coming back again, that might be a good time to get some more support on that.
Okay,
Okay.
awesome. You're the best. Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, Tanya. Yes, she is amazing, and I highly, highly recommend you also do a reading with her if that is of interest because she can go in depth into all of the different energy centers and see what's hanging out there. But
Thank you.
you just saw a beautiful example of how quick she can figure out what's going on with you and get right to the root and clear it on the spot.
On the spot.
So,
Thank you.
on the spot, thank you. And yeah, Melanie's fantastic too. So, Christine will put that information in the chat. Everybody, if you want to get that information, just swipe to the right and you'll see those links. All right, let's move to Kate.
Hello.
Hi, Aubrey. I'm so happy to talk to you. And I also have to
Ah.
say I'm another member of the
Oh
Absolute
yes.
Melanie is a Goddess fan club.
Thank you. It's so
Um,
nice to see you. It's been a while.
you too.
Yeah. Get to.
Um, but I have been listening.
Yay.
Never on at the same time. This is my first time being able to be here on time. Um,
Thank you for joining. It's
oh, my
always
pleasure. It's
wonderful
amazing.
to see you. Yes.
Amazing. And I'm just learning about chakras and paying attention to them. What
Okay.
you said about the crown and when the throat is open
Yes.
and you kind of have a lot, but then you need help, that really resonated because I
Ah.
feel very pregnant with something that I'm
Gotcha.
struggling to give shape and move into how to express it and where to
Okay.
focus my attention and kind of almost looking for instructions. And
Awesome.
that is coming with a feeling of longing,
Okay.
which is, I think, partly because I'm kind of in the process of acknowledging some grief and loss of like missing myself of many years ago and trying to bring that power into the present.
Okay.
um, I had a big flow of creativity with lots of waking in the morning with it flowing out of me, and then I got stuck again and I'm still waking up, but the flow is just not there.
Oh,
So I'm curious what, I don't know if that's the shape of it or just whatever you pick up.
awesome. Let's play in and see what they want to give us today. Oh, all right. See if I can get my circuits on. Yeah. There you are. Okay, so basically what they're giving me is like they're showing it to me almost like an apple right in the middle of your head. It's very beautiful. I don't know why I'm seeing it that way, but it's not quite cooked. Like it's not all the way ripe. Uh, I don't feel like you're super far off. It feels like I'm actually hearing like 2 weeks to like 2 months. Uh, but it feels like just let it mature a little bit more is kind of the feeling. Or at the very that would be one way of thinking about it. Make it ripe. The other way of thinking about it is you got to wait a little bit until it's time for that to come through. I do feel it come beautifully through your mouth. I feel like you're going to say what you need to say, and it's going to come out in the way that I know that you personally know that you do things beautifully with the way you express things. So very precise, very direct, very exact, right? Right on. So let it spend a little bit more time in you, maturing before you let it out to the world. And then I do see if there's any help on Who to help? I don't know. I'm seeing they're showing me to find two women. It feels like there are two women that are particularly helpful for you in grabbing their hands and like I don't know if you have to physically grab their hands, but they're like showing me you like reach out to two women and those two women help to kind of pull help you refine and get that idea out into the world for yourself.
Do they look anything like you and Melanie?
I, I, um, of course, they gave me amorphous two people, female, like no faces, right? So I probably can't see myself or my wife very clearly. I'm sure I blocked that. So if that's us, yes, come play. We would love to play with you as always. You are wonderful to play with.
Oh, thank
Or if
you so
someone
much.
else comes up, let me know.
Anything about the longing
Oh,
piece?
I'm sorry. Longing. Yes. That.
It's an ache.
Oh, it is. And it's in your throat center and it's the thing that comes up that I'm going to just say saboteur. Okay? So, if that feeling comes up, it means you are growing out of your comfort zone and it is turning on to tell you, "Good job, you're growing." And it feels bad, it feels uncomfortable, it feels like an alarm. Ah, ah, ah. So you got to go after it like you would your saboteur part, which is thank you for talking and showing me that I'm growing and I'm okay. I got this. I
Uh-huh.
got this. I am not, I'm okay, right? Just like this. Or if you like, I'm hearing there's a book I read once called On Loneliness and I can't remember what it's called, but it's just this beautiful aspect of loneliness where it is the seventh chakra. It's like this longing for this emptiness of God, right? So if you want to do it, go all the way, like feel the deliciousness of the desire for union with spirit.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you
All right.
so much.
Great to see you.
You too.
All right.
All right, thank you, Kate. And Nina has to jump off quickly, or shortly, and we're going to have her go next.
Okay. Hi,
So,
Nina.
Nina, you can take, there you
Hi,
are.
Dr. Wallace. Thank you, Carolyn.
How are you?
Yes.
I'm
How can we play?
wonderful. Uh,
Yay.
I'm just open to what the guides have for me today.
All right. Let's see what we got. Nina. There you are. So, right as I come into your field, I hear a lullaby. And then I have, for some reason, I'm feeling like a lot of pressure in your left ear and jaw. Sometimes I'm exactly backwards, but I feel it in my left ear and jaw. So it feels like there's almost like it's a feeling like when you change, like when you go up in the airplane or something and there's like a pressure change. Not sure why they're showing me
Yeah,
that.
I would
Ah,
ask
I'm sorry.
right
Yes.
now.
Okay. So they're showing me that that's I don't know you at all. Uh, it doesn't matter. Sometimes mediumship happens like that, where the beginning will be like a pressure in the ear, or an opening will happen to your auditory channel. It doesn't have to be a dead person, it can actually be spirit, right? But it feels like it'll oftentimes, sometimes start with a pressure in the ear or a pressure feeling. So you want to see if you can just allow it, go into it, kind of explore it curiously and allow it, and then listen, right? Just consciously listen in that ear. Yes, like that. Okay. Okay. And whew. All right. You have a lot of power there. You're going to probably need to do that when you're not at work. Okay. Or wherever I don't know if you're working or what you're doing today, but take the time. You got to take a little time with that. Can you feel the intensity when you open that?
I did. Yeah, I'm not at work right now. I just
Oh,
have.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so just have some time when you're going to sit in with that. Maybe do it when you have a little bit of time to really listen in. Okay,
Mm,
or alternatively, listen, shut it down, and then wait and do it on purpose in your day
mm,
because that's a lot of energy.
And what kind of energy is it?
It's the energy of intuition, but it's kind of more like
Mm.
a crown chakra level, so where you'll
Oh,
actually hear things.
oh,
And
okay.
I don't, let me see if they'll tell me for you. Sometimes that means you'll hear them like on the radio and people will say the words to you. And sometimes it means you'll hear them like a voice in your ear.
Mm,
That one, I feel like you might actually hear it in your external world.
mm,
So go out, turn the radio on as you're going through your day,
Mhm.
or listen for things that are said in your environment, sounds in your environment. Try that first.
Well,
Yep.
okay. Thank you
All right.
so much.
Yes, thanks for playing.
Thank you, Nina. Okay, so Sophia, you're up
Sophia.
Yes. Hi, it's Safia.
Sophia.
Hi, Dr. Wallace.
Hi, darling. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing all right over here, just, becoming a whole new butterfly. So, all the
Yay!
transformation.
Woohoo!
But I'm this theme of surrender is so strong for me. I've been really diving into like trauma work and emotional, and I've been in the mental and emotional realm around it and feeling really I've gotten to a root between fear and control versus trust and surrender, and I want to trust and surrender, and I
Gotcha.
feel so stuck, and I can tell how it's me trying to control my relationship with spirit and everything else. So,
Okay.
wondering what's stuck.
Gotcha. So stuck means, two things. um, and what I felt there is that you were just quickly blending trust and surrender together.
Uh huh.
And I would suggest you might want to look at possibly separating them out just for a second, because trust is a choice, surrender is also a choice, right? But can you feel the difference between I trust and I surrender? And then go back and forth again. I trust, I surrender. So, and to me, I trust is actually implementing will. It means like I choose to trust, and I'm going to put trust into the world, and then I'm going to wait for the world to respond to me through that. And I surrender to me feels like allowing the divine will to take over, allowing will to be subjugating, or not really subjugating, a little bit, surrendering your will, right, to something greater. Can you feel those differences? Yeah. And then if you want, you can play the game where you just like stretch into trust. You get like push ups. Trust, I trust, stretch into surrender. I surrender. And then you go back and forth with it till you feel the middle. What's the balance point between trust and surrender? And it's they're showing me for you, it's like delicious. It feels almost like ecstatic, like almost like orgasmic. So trust, surrender. Trust, surrender. Have fun with it. There you go.
Okay. I
And
just heard myself saying, I don't want to. So, there's that to encounter too. I have to get through that part.
do it. I don't know if you don't want to get. So when you're stuck, what you want to do is be really stuck. Like, do it right. Do it all the way. Be like, I am the most stuck of anyone ever born, right? Like this. I do this kind of stuck like a rock star. Yeah, like that. And then feel it. Just be like, stuck. Yeah, beautiful. That's your job. Go be stuck like that for as long as you can hold it.
Okay.
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 All right. Have fun.
Makes sense. Thank you so much.
All right. Talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay. Do it all the way. Yes. Okay, thank you. Laura, you're next.
Hi. I think we got you on the mic still, Laura. See if we can get you.
Are you there? Can you come off mic? Maybe. Oh,
Nope.
what happened? Oops. Maybe that happens every so often. Maybe I should come back in. So let's move on to
Okay.
Kathy.
All right.
Hi.
Hi. How
How
are
are
you?
you, Aubrey?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I've had quite a week
Have you?
doing all kinds of testing for my trial.
Oh,
Um,
this is that week. Okay.
yes, and
Talk
I'm
about
going to
Chakra
Denver to
7.
yeah, you know what though? There's some really cool stuff happening at the same time. As I feel like there's stuff happening with me
Yes. It's
and my
finally,
chakra
darling.
stuff.
That's all they're saying to me is finally.
Really?
Oh my God. They're like, finally.
Oh, because I just feel
Okay.
like yeah, so what are they saying about my chakra 7?
All right, let's play. They're already yelling in my head, so let's make sure I'm on the right. Yeah, I am. I'm okay. Um, this is a 5-year process. You're coming to the end. Uh, you're going to, they're showing me you're going to see this blossom. It's almost like you've planted seeds in a field for each generational year. I don't know how to explain that, but it's like you've been
I get it.
planting and planting and planting, and it's just about to, the whole field's about to light up. So, and for some reason, I'm seeing canola, which is probably a Monsanto joke. I don't know. But I see it. It doesn't look bad. It looks like fresh, beautiful green plants, and flowering plants are coming up all through this. This is a big thing. This feels like
Well,
it's bigger than you. Yeah.
this is bigger than me, and I
And
honestly, when I've been praying to the indigenous, right, like you've been saying, and
yeah,
I just keep going. One of the directions is for health, and I just keep going soil, soil,
you got it.
soil,
Way to go. Yeah.
and that's the message. And it's all of this is kind of coming together as to what brought me here, why I'm here, and what I'm supposed to do.
Oh,
Um,
yay.
and I've
So
gotten
close.
all kinds of hits, both from
Yeah.
my spirit guides and from people, just people in my life that is like, oh, I'm seeing there's more hope, a little bit more hope,
It's time. It's
more
time, darling.
strength.
I think
Oh,
they are also wanting me to tell you, sometimes the people that are slightly ahead on the patterns of change, they have a hard go, man. They aren't listened to, they aren't heard, they aren't felt, they aren't understood. They get attacked. It's confusing. They are resisted. Okay, that happens. And in part of our collective, I'm sorry and thank you.
well, that's
Yeah,
exactly what I'm coming to terms with in my counseling is
there you go.
that I have never been seen or heard, but this is my moment because
Yes.
those doctors, every specialist I saw listened intently to what I've been going through.
Oh, go girl.
And
Finally.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll have my chance to have my say. So
Okay.
anyway, thank you so
Yay.
much for
Okay.
everything.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Okay.
thank you. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Kathy. And Laura, I saw that you got
Let's
bounced
get
out of the
back.
room, but she's
Ah,
in the room
trying
and
to
I
hold her hand.
am invited to speak. You want to jump up there? Um, okay, but moving
There, we
along.
got her.
Oh, you
She's,
got her? Oh,
oh, I think so.
where?
Did she come up?
I
There
don't
she
see.
is.
There she is.
Hi.
Okay.
You
And
made
Can you
it.
hear me
then,
now?
I can hear you now. Are you guys back from Spokane?
Yes. Oh, it was magnificent. Thank you very much. I grew 7 inches.
Thank you for coming. It's great to have you there. All right, how can we play today?
Well, right this second, I'd like you to have your people call the cat back. When I got home, they gave me a cat, and
Oh,
then I was going to take it to the vet, and I put it in a box, and it ran away, and now it's all traumatized. So, right this second, right now, I got a cat. They gave me a cat.
oh,
The
all
world
right.
gave me,
Yes,
yeah,
a real cat came to play
an
with you.
actual cat. It was
Yes.
here when I got home. It was that heart thing, the eyeball in the heart.
Yes.
Oh, because what's the scariest thing to open up to again?
Oh,
Oh, loving like that.
yeah, yeah. Well, cats are geniuses. They're way more than humans on that part. So,
On many parts.
congratulations, you have a cat genius, Zen master, to come play with you.
I know, right? Oh,
Yeah.
shit, things are gonna get weird now.
I think they've been weird a while. Um, can't hide from me. All right.
That's what's up. What did they say today?
Okay, so let's see. Cat. Laura.
Who is the cat? That maybe that.
Just a second. There you are. Okay. So the cat to me feels kind of scared and lost and like it needs you. And it's help it feels like you can help it if you would like.
Okay.
They're also showing me that's coming in disguise in order to make you bond with it a little bit because you need that cat. But I'm gonna be quiet. It's your choice, but that
Well,
is
I mean, here's the thing. Am I need the cat because I'm going to live and I'll be here to take care of it? Or am I going to have the cat because it's going to help me die, which is, I think, is mean to the cat. That's truth. That's flat out honest truth.
that is the cat's choice, not yours.
Okay.
So if the cat ran away and stays away, that's the cat's choice. You tell the universe it's the cat's choice, and you allow the cat to make the choice.
Uh,
And maybe it's not definitive anymore. Maybe it's not black or white, and maybe that cat is coming to show you that.
well, see, that's what I think. I believe this is all going to be a transition and it's going to be something completely different than what we were all thought.
Yes, me too.
Completely different. This is not even
So
real,
that's the hard
sort
part
of.
about having a body, though, is that it is real, except for when it isn't, right? So
Okay, yeah, that.
get a cat. So look, my cat puts me through this all the time. I'm in love with this cat, and sometimes she doesn't feel well, and I can't do anything about it, and I have to sit there with it. So, and it hurts me, right? And it's she's my companion on that level. So walk through it. Be a human. This is surrender on the seventh chakra. This is surrender. No matter what the will of the divine is, you surrender.
Okay.
You got this. Okay. Sending you
Right.
love.
Thank you, Laura. And we have uh, Habib and Snia and Shal. And please correct my pronunciation of your names when you come up. We'll do those, I think, those last three so far. If anybody else wants to jump up here that hasn't got a reading, raise your hand now before we close out today's episode. Um, so next is Habib.
So he is, or he's down off of the um, speaker platform on mine. Is that?
Not on mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay, interesting. So I've been trying to refresh my screen, but it's not doing that. So maybe that's
Let me see if I can.
part of the issue.
Okay, let me
So
see
should
if
we
I
move
can maybe move to. I have. Is it Sneha next or
Sneha?
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 Sneha,
Hello,
please.
hello, hi.
Hi.
Hi. How
Yeah,
do you? Could you pronounce your name one more time?
yeah, it's Sneha. Yeah,
Hi, Sneha.
Sneha. Yeah.
Sneha. How
Hello,
are you?
hello, Opa.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. It's my first time here.
Thank you for
Good.
coming.
I'm good.
How
Yeah.
can we work?
I don't know how to like. Am I supposed to ask a question and then,
Um,
or how? I don't
we
know.
we can do it either way. So if you have a question and you'd like us to address that, you can ask me, or I can just ask for just pure guidance and see what the guides have for you.
Okay, so I have a question in my mind actually.
Great.
Yeah. So there's this guy that I met and we like he broke up with me but he keeps on he calls me like today he called me minutes ago to check
Okay.
on me since I lost a friend. I a very close friend of mine is no more,
Oh,
so
I'm sorry. Okay.
he called to check on me, but yeah, so he broke up with me and um so I just want to know if he'd come back, you know, like yeah,
Okay.
that's
So we'll ask
um,
about
yeah,
him.
yeah.
See if I'm just going to take a second here and make sure I'm on the right channel. So you can always take or leave what I get, but it feels almost as if they're showing me there's this like strong magnetic feeling in the middle of your heart, and it almost feels like a black hole, like it's like pulling and dense and heavy, and it's pulling you, and it feels very it feels kind of unpleasant to me. It feels kind of like too heavy, and it feels like
Yeah.
he feels like he kind of gets caught in it and pulled towards you. And then all of a sudden he'll like try to like pull himself away and like go away, but then he just gets pulled back. Like it looks almost like he's being drawn in backwards into a black hole. That's really a strong visual. I'm sorry. I don't know what that means.
So is it like a positive thing or a negative thing?
Um, I honestly don't know. It doesn't, it feels more like just physics to me. Like it feels like this magnetic force. Um, and
Okay.
what I would say the positive about it would be that he'll surely come back. And the negative about it would be he may not be coming back of his own volition. Like it might not be his decision and his choice. And so for what I might say to you
Hello?
just from the human,
I'm
from
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I had to go out like yeah. So I got a call, so I had to. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I got like out in between. I'm so sorry.
that's okay. So,
Can you repeat? Like, would you be kind enough to repeat?
um, it's good in that he'll come back, and it's bad in that he's not choosing necessarily to do that. So you may want to make sure that for yourself, you're choosing the kind of love that isn't just a magnetic pull, right? Or if it is, that
Yeah.
you're choosing someone who chooses to love you on purpose.
Yeah. So he is like, is he having anybody else? Do you see any other female energy that he's drawn into, or is it just me? Because he has been having a tough time. I mean, it's just him, and he's lately having like a very tough time in life. That's what he said to me.
Um, I I don't tend to read people without their permission, so I don't. They won't let me read that one because I don't have his permission.
Oh yeah, right.
Gotcha.
So,
But
but you said that he will be. Are there any chances of him coming back by his own? Like,
I think I think the chances are very high he will come back. I think the chances of him choosing to come back are not high as far as his own choice. It feels like he just kind of unconsciously gets pulled back. So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, right. He keeps coming in and out. Like all of a sudden he'll call. Yeah, today he called to check on me, but he didn't say anything else. And
yeah.
yeah,
So, you
mm,
might consider if that's good enough for you.
yeah, this energy, right? He is a good guy, but yeah, that is the
Yeah,
thing. He's not choosing to come, but he just gets here. I think yeah, he just gets pulled in. I think.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank you
Thank
so
Dia.
much. Thank you so much. I have
yes.
followed the club. I follow you, and I'll
Thank you
keep
for coming.
passing. But whenever, yeah, I'll come up and say hi, hello whenever I see your room. So yeah, it was very nice talking to you.
Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you.
Good
Yes,
luck,
we
darling. Okay.
will be back next in 2 weeks from now, at the same time in this same club, and that will be on the 14th, or excuse me,
Yes.
on the 15th. Okay.
Thank you.
Habib,
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
I'm gonna try to invite Habib again
Hello?
because oh, there's Shaw. Is it Shaw?
Yes.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm okay. Most of my voice is kind of gone, so I'm gonna try to speak. But I wanted to ask you if there's so many changes in my life and my entire support team seems to be falling apart
Oh,
and I'm making progress, but I have this big heavy cough too. So I'm just trying to understand what's going on, whatever is in my field. Thank you.
okay. And it's a cough. You said. Sorry,
Yes.
there's a little bit of gotcha. All
Yes.
right. Let's tap in. Shaw. There you are. Okay. Whew. All right. So, I do. For you, I'm feeling the environment you're in actually almost feels toxic to me. It feels kind of, I can't, I'm trying to get a flavor here. Let me see. Just, I need to ask. 381. I think that's about 60% emotionally toxic or emotional. It's an emotional allergy, actually, they gave me. So, what is happening here? I do have a little bit of a virus there and some bacteria there. So, I do think there is an actual, infection thing there that you may want to see if they give me anything to help with that. Um, Actually, lemons seem really important for some reason. And then I'm seeing things with vitamin A, like sweet potatoes. For some reason, sweet potatoes, but carrots would have vitamin A, leafy greens. The eight. You're in. They're showing me you're in an abrupt change, and I don't really understand it. But they're showing me it almost like taking a stick at your heart and just like breaking the stick. You're just like, I'm going to change this. Boom. And the heart chakra is associated with the lungs. So if something feels like it's that abrupt, sharp sort of feeling, that's a little too much for the lungs, right? That the lungs are soft and they're designed to kind of protect you and shelter you from life. And so that feels like a kind of an emotionally very harsh, toxically harsh environment. And then they're showing me that you're having a kind of an emotional reaction to that. It feels like your head gets all clouded and you're not really looking, you're not able to focus, right? And I think the cough is trying to like cloud up your head, cloud up your mind a little, and get you to focus more on your heart center, to feel your heart, because that pain, that snapping thing, whatever that is not, that doesn't feel good. Does that any of that make sense?
Yes. Can you speak about that? That totally makes sense.
Okay.
I do feel like big changes, and I feel like it is maybe a lot. And I'm just wondering if you could share a little bit about that emotional. You said
Yeah, sure.
60% emotional.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's see.
And the toxic environment, like, is it the emotional?
I'm trying to let me
Yeah.
try to describe, because it's almost like I feel like almost like spikes in the air or something. Like it feels like just emotionally, it's just like so uncomfortable when I come into your field. It feels like it's just like awful. I'm sorry, not
Yeah.
it's just like tense and sharp and
It is.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think the breaking the stick feeling, I can't honestly tell if it's that you need to break it, like break it and go, or if it's already broken. So which one is that?
Um, I feel like I've already made a bunch of changes.
Okay, already broken.
I'm
So that
one.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well,
But
they're not. It's like you're not. You didn't make the last one. Like you're not. Are you sure that you snapped the last one? That's kind of the question.
right.
Like, are you
Okay.
sure you've let go of all the things you need to let go of?
Uh-huh. Okay.
For some reason, I'm seeing a dog. Also, anything with a dog?
Uh-huh. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not sure that that dog is on this side. So sometimes when we have some hard times, we have dogs from the past come and be with us.
Okay.
So you might see if you feel like you're getting supported there.
Okay.
I hope that made some sense. But
Yes.
yes, action steps though. Do some loving foods for yourself. I do feel like you're in a major life for a contract change, big change, right? So finish it up. And
Okay.
it needs to be a clean break, is what I feel.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
most of this is career related and like
okay,
life choices related.
okay.
Is that making sense?
So let's ask career. If that were my work environment that I'm feeling right there, darling, I mean, I'd probably walk away. Like that's just not
No.
feeling good.
Oh,
So,
so a lot of things have changed around me while I'm trying to do this. So,
oh,
like
gotcha.
household and like support team, like other things.
Ah,
And I'm feeling the weight of that, I know.
okay. Um, let me see if they'll give me any more since it's such a vivid stick breaking feeling. They said you already know. Do you
Okay.
already know?
I don't know, but I will sit with it for sure.
Okay, I will
Yeah.
say the emotional reaction you're having is that you're getting clouded in your mind. So that's when the kind of harsh thing is happening, your mind's getting clouded. So you might just take a minute, see if you can drink some hot tea with some lemon,
Yes.
sit down with some vegetables, like soft, wonderful vegetables. Let yourself be nourished for a couple of days until you get that cloud out of your head. And
Okay.
then just take a minute, right? It doesn't feel like it's urgent, so that you know that you can be gentle with yourself.
Okay. Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate it.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so Habib, do you see Habib?
And
Audrey?
he's still down off of the stage, and I have invited him separately too. So I think he just
Okay,
isn't participating. So I
okay.
think we may be done today.
All right. Wow. Lots
Whew.
going on today.
Yes, a lot.
The seventh energy center is a big one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we have one more in this series left,
Yes.
happening in 2 weeks on March 15th at the same time, 1 o'clock, where you can come back. And do you want to tell us a little bit more about what that one's going to be
Sure.
centered around?
Absolutely. So we're going to cover what I call chakra 8, which I don't know how different systems have different concepts, but for me, chakra 8 is about kind of about your life purpose or contract. So the kind of the contracts you come in here to do and live out. And so when you have an eighth chakra focus on a reading, it's about switching up a contract or getting information about a new contract or life patterns that are at that level. And then some of them kind of came up today. Sounded like the end of
Yeah,
a contract and beginnings of contracts. So I think we're heading into that realm.
exciting. Okay,
Yes.
looking forward to that one. And do join Dr. Wallace's club if you aren't already. And you can find that. Go to her profile. Just click on her profile before you leave today. And you can get notified about future um, Clubhouse calls like this one. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. It was a pleasure to have you all here. And I trust you got what you needed today. So if you would like to go take a deeper dive, however, into getting a full reading, you can reach out to Dr. Aubrey Wallace at her website. And the link is in the chat, but it is draubreywallace.com/medical intuition for a full reading. All right. So, any last words, Dr. Wallace?
Thank you so much, Carolyn, for being amazing as always. And thank you, Christine, for your beautiful chat adventures. And thank you, everyone, for coming. We'll see you again in 2 weeks.
All right. Thank you.